All right, let's continue on.
The 14th of May, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos.
Right. Good morning. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here, Shiva Samanapsi, Unit Shlaim here of Zoom. We are learning currently the Maharal Prague. He's going into the details of Ma'aser Bereshis, how that relates to our understanding of the pasuk Ashrechel b'toivlach, Ashrechel b'olam hazeh b'toivlach olam haba. So the Maharal Prague in previous documents that we've been discussing the last week has mentioned to us the difference between toiv and ashrecha. That toiv is something which is regulated to having a reward in olam haba, whereas ashrecha is something which is regulated to olam hazeh. And the difficulty that we have with that is the Maharal in Prague himself mentions that there's a lashon constantly used for everything, as we've just read. We'll review that again in a moment inside. Yet everything with Ma'aser Bereshis has had its signature of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that it is toiv. And apparently that seems to be referencing to the creation of Olam Hazeh. So and that seems a contradiction to what the Maharal taught us, that toiv is something that's regulated to Olam Haba. So that's the question we're trying to seek an answer for and to. So with that said, let's continue with this. We'll start with the second. I think we'll start with the second paragraph just to get a bit of a running start. Yes, any volunteers to start reading?
I do.
Okay, go ahead, please do. Start with the second paragraph.
Okay, just wanted to add, we had a question about, is darkness bad?
Right. Okay, that we will hopefully try and get a more clarification with that, but that we won't be able to do that right now. That'll take us a little bit farther from where we want to go right now, but we're going to hopefully get back to that question. If not, I trust with full confidence that you will remind me about that.
Okay. Umipnei ze chasam b'chol b'ri'ah u'b'ri'ah b'maaseh Bereshis in Bereshis Aleph Vayar Elokim Kitov. Because of this, that it concludes each and every creation in the original creation, as documented in Bereshis chapter 1, Hashem saw that it was good. V'zahu b'prat kol b'ri'ah u'b'ri'ah b'fnei atzma. And this is it, that specifically each and every creation is bifnei atzma itself. Bifnei, what's bifnei in this context?
Like it's by itself. Zebit kol meaning Riyar is when the pasuk is referring to Riyar Elokim Tov, that Akash Baruch saw that it was good. That is specifically referring to each and every creation by itself, B'fnei Atzma, by itself, meaning each and every creation that was created, even though when you look at the pasuk seems to be that it's referring to the day, but really it's referring to each and every single thing that was created on that day was approved as being tov by HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
V'chein biklal kol habri'ah vayar Elokim es kol asher asa v'hinei tov ma'od. And therefore, the general rule is every creation, Hashem saw that everything that was made, we see that it was very good.
Right. That final that final emphasis of Toiv Ma'od, right? That is in general going on the whole of the Bria. So it's not only each and every individual thing was understood and known by Kadosh Baruch Hu to be Tov, and then the whole of the Kolabria, the Klal Kolabria, the whole entire creation was, in fact, deemed by Kadosh Baruch Hu to be Tov Ma'od, very good.
V'devar zeh ki kasher hadavar hu tov. And in this matter, since that the things are in it are good, az roi lo habri'ah shehaya nivra v'nimtza hadavar shehu tov. Then it's fitting for it that the creation would be created and found to be good, to be a good thing. V'chein ein ledavar kiyum rak mitzad hatov, and therefore so nothing would exist except that it has an aspect of good.
Right, very good. Right. So again, just to summarize, the point of this is that mentioning that it was Toiv and then Tov Ma'od on the whole of the absolute entire creation. The point is, Ki kasher davar uto, when it is that the thing is good, as roy, therefore it's proper lo habriya in nivra. It's proper for this creation to be created. V'nimsa hadavar shutov, and it turns out that there's a reality of this thing which is good. V'kein ein davar kiyam rak mitzad hatoiv, and therefore there's not to anything existence except for the aspect that it has an aspect of tov. Okay.
Ubechol hayamim ne'amar ki tov chutz miyom sheni shelo ne'amar bo ki tov. And every day it says that it's good, except for the second day, that where it does not say that it is good. V'amru zal Bereshis Rabbah Pei Aleph mipnei shebo nivra hamachlokas hamachlokas v'zeh she'amru machlokas shehi lo l'shem shemayim ein sofa lehiskayim ki lo ne'amar bezet ki tov. It's said by Chazal in Bereshis Rabbah, since that it came to be created dispute, and this that it says the dispute was not for the sake of heaven, it will not ultimately endure, since it doesn't say concerning this, it is good. And so I have a note here that we need to delve into what exactly was the machlokas that was not for the sake of heaven on the second day.
Right, that we need to get a little bit more of a understanding of that. Bezrat Hashem, hopefully we can, that's something else to work on. Bezrat Hashem, we'll see. Hopefully we can get to that.
Weiter?
Yes.
Ba'af ki ha-machloches shenivra bolam bayom beit hu l'shem shemayim v'hu litzorach ha'olam. And even since the dispute that was created in the world on the second day was for the sake of heaven, and it was for the needs of the world. Mikom makom, kevan she mitzad atzmo ein kiyum lo rak mitzad. I don't know this abbreviation.
Mitzad Hashem Yisborach.
Hashem Yisborach, kasher ha-machloches hu l'shem shemayim. Okay, so nevertheless, since from the perspective of itself, it does not endure I'm sorry, it only endures from the perspective of Hashem, as that the dispute, it is for the sake of heaven.
Right. So the va'af ki ha-machlokas nivra ba'olam yom beis, even though that dispute was created on the second day, and it was a machlokas which was l'shem shemayim, hu tzorach la'olam, and it was a tzorach which was for the needs of the world. Mikom makom, nevertheless, kevan shemitzad atzmo ein kiyum rak mitzad Hashem Yisborach kasher masmalkus l'shum shlem shemayim. Nevertheless, since it's from the aspect of itself, it has no existence, only from the aspect of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, which it will be a machlokas, which is l'shem shemayim. Meaning machlokas only has an existence if it's going to be l'shem shemayim, and so therefore the fact that machlokas was created on the second day since it itself can only have a existence if it's l'shem shemayim, meaning its existence itself is dependent on a Kadosh Baruch Hu, right? So it could be that we're trying at this point to understand why it doesn't say Ki Tov on the second day, right? So it doesn't say Ki Tov on the second day superficially because it's machlokas, right?
Right.
So, but we know machlokas, if it's l'shem shemayim, if machlokas is l'shem shemayim, so it's going to be for the tzorach of the oilam, and it's going to be tov. So why shouldn't it therefore then say ki tov even on the second day. The machlokus that we're referring to is a machlokus shleim shemayim. A machlokus l'shem shemayim is tov. So therefore, it should say tov even on the second day. So I think the answer that he's beginning to say here is, since a machlokus that will exist can only be a machlokus l'shem shemayim, so that machlokus is only having existence because it's for the sake of a Kadosh Baruch Hu. So it might be redundant to say ki tov, because the machlokus that has existence is only a machlokus which is l'shem shemayim. So that means it's ultimately something which is for the sake of a Kadosh Baruch Hu. So you don't have to say something which is for the sake of a Kadosh Baruch Hu is ki tov, because the fact that it's for the sake of a Kadosh Baruch Hu in itself has that aspect of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, and that maybe it's superfluous to say that it's toyu. I'm not sure. Let's see. We'll have to finish up the parak and see how he's going to explain this.
Ulefikach ein lomar et slo ki tov rak b'davar sheyesh lo kiyum mitzad atzmo. Therefore, we only say by itself that it is good with something that there is for it an existence from its own perspective.
So the reason why, again, the reason why toiv is not mentioned on the second day is because machlokus was created on the second day, and even though that machlokus was something which was l'shem shemayim, which is for the needs of the oilam, and it has therefore an aspect of being attached directly to a Kadosh Baruch Hu. So why then, therefore, can't you say toiv about that, about machlokus? Because the rule that we seem to be saying here is that you only say toiv when a thing has some type of kiyum mitzad atzmo, has some type of existence independent and independently and on its own, which I don't really understand the depth of the statement here, because really everything only has an existence mitzad Kadosh Baruch Hu. What does it mean that a thing has an existence mitzad atzmo? Right, everything's dependent upon a Kadosh Baruch Hu for its existence. So nothing really can be said, apparently, that it has a kiyum mitzad atzmo. So this is not so clear to me.
Also, I think it's unclear that it seems in the previous paragraph it clearly said machlokas sheyeh lo l'shem shemayim, and yet now what we're saying is it is l'shem shemayim. So there seems to be a contradiction between these two paragraphs.
So well, the machlokus itself was created on Yom Sheni. Now there are two types of machlokus. You can have a machlokus l'shem shemayim, and you can have a machlokus shelo l'shem shemayim. The machlokus which was created on Yom Sheni was a machlokus l'shem shemayim, right? But nevertheless, since now machlokus was created, there'll be situations where you're going to have a machlokus shelo l'shem shemayim, and that's not good. And therefore, there's not good in that. And since there's not good in that, that's not going to have any lasting reality to it.
So
I have a,
maybe that's the answer to the other question also, which was sheyesh lo kiyum mitzad atzmo. There is to it an existence from the perspective of itself. Let's say you have a person who is a Baal Gaiva, and he gets involved in a machlokas because he's a Baal Gaiva, not l'shem shemayim. He's trying to prove he's right to self-aggrandize himself. That would be the mitzad atzmo. It's from this perspective of itself. This machlokas has an existence from its own perspective, that of gaiva.
Right. So since that's not a machlokas l'shem shemayim because of the person's own bias, right? So that doesn't have any existence it doesn't have any existence on its own.
Right, but nevertheless, because a human being has free will, he's capable of creating something that is, so to speak, atzmo, for itself.
Right. So very good. I think that's exactly the point. See, it's not the question we're dealing with is why doesn't say Tov on the second day, since Machlokus was created on the second day. So there's going to be times when there'll be Machlokus which is created, and it's not going to be a Machlokus l'shem shemayim. It's going to be a Machlokus shelo l'shem shemayim. So and that there's not good in that. There's not good in that, right? And so there shouldn't be any existence. It's not fit that such a thing be created. So Hashem, in fact, created machlokus, but it was a machlokus which had a proper reason to be created. It's a machlokus l'shem shemayim. So that has a good purpose. That has a kiyum, an existence, and it has a creation. It has an existence. But since you can't stop, as you say, the person's own free will from getting involved, so therefore people with their bechira are going to be creating machlokus shem rachim that is not l'shem shemayim, and therefore it doesn't really have a reason to exist, right? And in terms of its being created, there's no reason why it should be created. Therefore, we can't say tov in the case where, in generalities, machlokus was created, because there'll be times when there'll be machlokus which has no right to exist, because it's a machlokus which is shelo l'shem shemayim.
Okay, I have another reason why it might have said that, but that it didn't say that the second day was kitov.
Right.
I think it's based on a Rashi. I'll just quickly read it. It says, the heavens had been created on the first day, but they were still in a state of flux. On the second day, at Hashem's command, let there be a heaven, they solidified creating a division between the waters above and the waters below. So maybe because it was already created on the first day, the kitov to the first day applied to the second day too, the creation of the heavens and the waters above and below.
Yeah, that's also a very good possibility. That's also true, right? Yeah, that's definitely can be understood. Yeah, it's a continuation of the first. That's right. Very good. Very good. Okay. Let's see the next paragraph.
Weiter?
Yes, please.
V'his ba'ar ki ein ledavar kiyum rak mitzad hatov. What's this first word? Yisba'ar?
It shall be explained.
It shall be explained, since there is not anything in existence except that which is good. V'zeh ki kasher yesh b'nivra chesron ulechach eno tov v'davar shehu chasar karov el ha'adar legamre. And this, since that there is in its creation a lacking, and therefore it's not good. The thing which is lacking is close to I forgot this word, Ader.
Either is non-existence.
It's close to non-existence completely.
So okay, let me just recap. Of his buyer, it has been explained. As we've explained, that there's no existence to a thing except from the aspect that it's good. And there is therefore in something created always a deficit. There's always a deficit in something which is created. And therefore that's not good. And something which is lacking, it's approaching complete non-existence. It's leading towards complete non-existence. But if there's tov, which there's no raw in it, hu rachuk min ha'eder, that is far from that which is non-existent. V'roy lo brius v'hukayim. It's proper that it bria v'hakiyum. It's proper that it be created and have existence. Okay.
So I'm confused about something here. I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
It seemed to be going something that is good does not have any bad in it.
Well,
She'ein bo hara. I'm not sure. Aval hatov she'ein bo hara. Something that's good and there is not in it bad.
right. Well, I will hatoiv she'ein bo hara. Rather, that which is good, that there's not in it bad, right? That which is good, that has not within it any bad. Who, and the chesorn is, right, and its deficit is who rachuk mina eder, and the chesorn is that it's far from non-existence.
That's the deficit, that it's far from non-existence.
Right,
I
meaning
don't get that.
Okay, that it's an interesting perspective here, that let's go back up to the beginning line. We'll have to fit this in again. Yisbar ki ein davar kiyum rak mitzad tov. It's been explained that there's nothing which exists except from the aspect that it's good. V'zeh ki kasher yesh b'nivra chesor. And there, this, since there is in something which is created chesoron, meaning the fact that something created, creation of something itself, the fact that there's something existing, there's something that something has been created, that in fact is a principle that it has to have chesoron. Anything that's created has to have chesoron, has to have a deficit, a lack, a void of some sort, right? Everything which is created has to have some type of void, some kind of chesoron, some type of deficit of some sort. Lefikach, excuse me, v'lekach okay, v'lekach ein noi toiv, therefore it's ein noi toiv, meaning the chesoron is ein noi toiv, right? There's a paradox here, right? The paradox is as follows: the fact that something's created, on one hand, it's tov. If it wouldn't be tov, it wouldn't have been created. So the fact that it's created, it must be tov. Nevertheless, everything that's created also has another aspect to it, that it's chaser. It has a deficit of some sort, some type of lack.
And if it didn't
Right?
have, yeah, if it didn't have this lack, if it was perfect,
Right? There's something which is perfect has no need of being created, right? Because perfection is something which is in the spiritual realm. The things which are perfect belong in this world, right? This world is not for things which are perfect. This olam hazeh is for things which are deficient. There's another topic that needs to be expanded upon. So on one hand, if it's not going to be good, it's not worthy of being created. So if it's being created, it must be the fact that it has good. So therefore, since it's good, it can be created and can have existence. On the other hand, from the fact that it's created means it has a deficiency. So how do we understand something which is toiv and has a deficiency? What is the toiv? What is the deficiency in something which is tov? That's the question. The question that this paragraph is dealing with is, what is the deficiency that's found in something which is toiv? Right? Toiv doesn't mean it's perfect. Toiv does not mean it's completely without need. Right? Tov mean it's tov. What you could ask me a better question. What does it mean tov? What does it mean good? So that's a whole nother question, which I don't really know. I can't. Good is good. What does it mean good? Ask somebody on the street. Stop somebody on the bus today. Ask them, what does it mean something's good? You ask 10 people, you get 10 answers. Maybe you get 12 answers from 10 people.
I was thinking.
What does it mean it's good? Right?
I was thinking that this deficiency is itself good, because it's a type of good, because without it, there wouldn't be this thing created. So this deficiency is part of the good. It's a case where, as far as being having permission to be created. Without it, we wouldn't be created. If we didn't have some deficiency, we wouldn't be created. Would be no, as you said before, would be no need for us to be created. So that wouldn't be good for us.
Right. Exactly. This is part of the main point. The fact that that something's deficient doesn't mean that it's bad, and that we never said deficiency is bad, right? Where he's explaining about Ader now. Ader is non-existence. Ader is non-existence. So with the introduction of this other concept of Ader, non-existence, right? That's how the Maharal is explaining something which is a creation and has existence. So the fact that it's been created and has existence means in definition that it is good. And also it means that it has deficiency. So what's the deficiency in something which is created, which is something good, right? Right? That something which is chaser, which is deficient, karv ela eider gamri. It's something which is related to complete non-existence, something which is lacking, something which is deficient, it's related to complete non-existence. Okay, so something which is lacking is related to complete non-existence. Avol hatoiv she'ein bo ra, but something which is toiv and there's no ra within it, and the chesaron of something which is toiv, which has no ra. What's the chesaron in that? The chesaron in that is hu rokuk min ha'eder. The fact that it is far from non-existence, that's what is its chesaron. Its chesaron is that it's far from non-existence. It's unrelated to non-existence. Therefore, since it's not related to non-existence, it's roy lola bria b'kaim. It's fit for it that it should be created and to have existence. All right, this we'll probably try and come back to a couple of these points. In the meantime, let's continue on a bit.
Okay. You know, I wanna put a big question mark next to this paragraph. But I don't know what to write.
Okay. I also want to put a big question mark next to it. It need the whole paragraph needs further understanding.
It seems like we have some words that we need to understand better. One word is ra. We haven't seen that before. It comes up here the first time in a while. What does that mean? And chesron, what does chesron mean? And what does tov mean? We understood tov, chesron, and ra. We might understand this paragraph.
Right. Okay.
So the Hashem Yisbarach Ha'id al hakelalim shebehem hatov. Hashem testifies that the curses have in them good.
Right. Hashem Yisbarach ha'ed al klolim shebehem hatov. Kadosh Baruch Hu testifies on the that in general, on the generalities, they are good.
Af al gav she nimtza b'prat shelehem ha-chesron ulefichach ha-pratim Balim ha-eder bevadai. Even though that we find specifically that they are lacking, and therefore the specifications Mikablim, they are received, and certainly there's non they don't exist. There's non-existence.
Okay, one second. So, okay, again, first statement is HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives testimony that on the generalities that they are good. Even though you'll find that in the details of them, in the individual members of the klal, there is a chesoron. Therefore, the pratim, the subsets are definitely receptive to Eider, meaning non-existence. They're definitely receptive to non-existence.
Aval haklalim aim omdim va'alehem ha'id she'habriya hi tova shechol min umin yesh bo hatov. But in general, they stand and upon them Ha'id is testimony,
Right, testimony.
and upon them there is testimony that their creation is good, that each and every type has in it good.
Okay, so okay, it's getting a little bit clearer. So let's put it in a little bit different language here to make it a bit clearer. Starting from the beginning, Hashem Yisbarach Eid ala klolim shebehem hatov. The HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives testimony on the classes, the genre. He gives testimony on the genre that it's good. So each and individual genre is good. Even though you'll find in the individuals of the genre Kasoran, meaning each and every created object of any genre. You're talking about Bali Chaim. You have the class of things which are called Bali Chaim, life organisms. So life organisms, Kadosh Baruch Hu testifies about that life organisms, that it's good. It is good. Life organisms are good. Now, even though you're going to find in each and every life organism individually, the reality of each and every specific organism is chesaron. Everything, every life form. You have birds. Take a look at birds. What are birds always doing? They're pecking around. What are they pecking around for? Because they're looking for food. Right? Take a look at the cats. What are the cats doing? They're hanging out in the garbage cans. Why are they in the garbage cans? Because they're looking for food. So all life organisms, right? They are created with needs. They're created with concern, with deficit. But the general classification of all life forms is good. Hashem testifies that all life forms are good. In the reality of each and every created object, there's chesaron, there's deficit, because that's part of what they were created for. If the cats weren't hungry for garbage, there would be too much garbage in the garbage cans. If there would be no hunger on the part of the birds, they wouldn't be looking for food in the everywhere they could find. Lefikach hapratim mikablim ha'eder b'vadai. Therefore, the pratim, meaning each and individual life organisms, they are receptive to non-existence. But on the general classifications, the general genres, for example, life organisms, they are stable. Oimdim means stable. Ve'alehem ha'ed, and upon them it's testified shabriya toiva, that the bria, the creation of these things, is in essence good. V'kol min v'min yesh bo toiv. Each and every species is good. Let's see, it's 5 to 10. We're not going to finish this paragraph so soon. And we have a big question mark on the paragraph before this as well. So maybe let's take a break here, and we'll come back to this tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
Okay, thank you, Rabbi.
Good. Okay, Mitzvah Shem.
Very good.
Thank you,
Go
Lou.
ahead, Lou.
Okay, we'll continue on with the Mr. Brewer tomorrow, Mr. Brewer Shiri in a few moments. Roy, have a good afternoon.
Thank
Hope to
you.
see you all soon.